ticket, trying to get here. Of course, me being here, me even being able to be here is very different. And also, it was very different today. So, very in a rush, trying to get things together. So, yes, we will be trying to get this thing on and get this thing rolling. Qualifying is about to start. We are in Mexico. And of course, being in Mexico is Perez home track officially, not in South America, Mexico. And unfortunately, Perez had the vision, or at least he had the motivation that he was going to come in and just strictly run it up, have an all out good weekend. And as of right now, from what I could see, because signal is very bad out there at the track, it's not very good out there at the track at all. So it's hard for me to watch the F1 TV and try to keep up with everything that's going on. So that in itself is something that's difficult. So I saw a bit of it, and it definitely didn't look like Perez was having the weekend that he had told us he was going to be aiming for. And a lot of us already pretty much didn't even think. Like, if you thought Red Bull was going to do something, Max has got the championship, we're going to try to let Perez go ahead and win his home race, you're sadly mistaken. I think Max Verstappen has shown us plenty of times that he is not that type of guy. He's definitely doesn't pay attention to team orders. He's not, his integrity and character is definitely a question. But just to let you know, we are right here. 4.3 kilometers northwest is our wind, 46.2 degrees. On the air temp, humidity is 28%, so we should not have to worry about any rain. And air temp is 25 degrees, so we should be pretty good with that. As they are getting ready to roll in, we are 5 minutes off of qualifying, so let's get ready to see what is going on. Also, by the way, be ready. Have your notebooks ready, have your iPads ready, have your smartphones ready, have your laptops ready. Have a phone a friend ready. We will be having quality kickback trivia. I tried to go ahead and put some extra questions on here. Like I said, running behind. So if I have to, then we'll have to recycle some of the ones we had the time before. But we should be pretty good. Hopefully people get these, and we'll see how many people actually compete in that. So that will be going on. Perez coming in third behind Max Verstappen, Albon doing pretty good. Like, I'm very excited about seeing Albon again. Like, it's not uncommon for Albon to be in the top 5, top 10, free practice and doing what he's doing. So I'm very excited to see what Albon can do. But I will say that Albon being in front of Perez is just crazy, yo. Big shout out to Nall. What's going on? Big shout out Insure Frame, Sylvia with Kelly, Mary Beanie pulling up, Blue Diva for sure pulling up, Galactic is pulling up, and I am even pulling up to this damn thing. So yeah, I'm right off the road. Literally had a cop behind me like, what the hell is this guy doing? But fortunately, he didn't pull me over. I think he saw I was trying to get somewhere, not necessarily trying to speed, or was I driving reckless, and he decided to just say, hey, I got enough shit to do. Just let this guy go on and do his thing. Had to grab me a body armor. As the sun is real out there, Mexico is a very interesting track to me. Not necessarily one of my favorites. I do really like the bowl section. I think it's very festive. Not that it is a technical portion, because it almost gives me anxiety when I see the cars coming through there, like how slow they have to come down. But also, that's a bit of a technical portion of the track that I also do like. So Mexico, for that portion of the track, definitely something I like. And I do plan to go to Mexico as well and go to a race there, as well as Brazil. Those are on my list, especially to take the fan cam and see what kind of reaction I get there and how the community reacts to that. So I really do look forward to doing that as well. And of course, like I said before, Silverstone is definitely on my list. I will be looking to get out there as well. So hopefully I can get this car done, get it put back together, get it built, get to the big car show that I hope I will be able to get to, and then park it and then do what I want to do, and then go to just car shows throughout the year. But right now, the car's coming out of paint and body. There's a lot of stuff to put back together. So I'm going to have a lot of work to do while F1 is off. Plus, we're going to have the esports race coming up really soon. All right, I'm going to announce the 10 tracks that we're going to race on for the esports race. Do not forget about that. Also, do not forget that there is going to be a nice big package of things that are going to come with the esports race. I mean, it is going to be an awesome giveaway. All of this stuff is going to be there. The Fanatec wheel, Fanatec base, and Fanatec pedals. You will only be eligible to participate in this race if you are a Wolfpack family member with a green or blue badge. With a green or blue badge, you will need to have that in order to participate in that competition. So be ready for that when that does take place. If you are not a green, Insure Frame says, do I not qualify for the esports thing? If you are not a green or a blue badge, you do not qualify. So what is your badge level, Insure Frames? Right now you are yellow. So if you turn green by the time we start the competition, it is announced and people start coming into the register, then you are eligible. But if you are still yellow by that time, you will not be eligible. See, this is why when I announced about this competition months and months back, people should have been signing up to just get on so that they could be part of that. So you cannot, I will not move that. It will have to be a green. You will have to have been a family member for 6 months or more. So hopefully by the time that time comes, see how much time you have left, and then you will know then. Also, I did also mention that if people were close, like let's say we got to that time and they were like 10, 15 people that were going to turn green within a week's time, I will wait that week, maybe even a couple of weeks for those people to turn green so that they can get on. But if you're like a month out, we're not going to wait a month behind. We're not going to wait an additional month any more than we're waiting to get the process started. So also keep in mind this, throughout the course of this race, people will be able to likely come in and do their thing. And so when I say do their thing, I mean people will likely be able to come in and still race, although you didn't start from the beginning. But of course, that will be completely up to you how well you do if you come in 2 or 3 races later when you finally do qualify to race in the competition series, to how well you perform and are able to collect those points to get the grand prize. There are other smaller prizes. Big shout out to Galacticus for supporting and going ahead and doing things like the Purple Sectors merch. We also are going to have honey buns. So there are things there. We do have cars on the track. And as you see right now, we are officially on 16 minutes, 50 seconds on this clock. Track is clear. Gasly is out on track. So let's see what we are going to get and what is going to happen about that. We will start quali kickback trivia between Q1 and Q2. All right, Q1 and Q2 is where we're going to start quali kickback trivia. Drivers right now that are in risk of not making it, as you look at that screen, it is both Ferrari drivers, Hulk, Alonso, and Ocon. I do not suspect that Alonso will stay there long. Alonso likely will move on up. We do see that there is a 10% risk of rain for qualifying. There is a 10% risk of rain. The humidity is 28%. I do not, 10% risk is nothing. Until we get to something like 30, 40, I don't think there's anything for us to be concerned about. Now, of course, if we hit 50, like I always say, that's definitely a concern, and possibly we will see rain. But 28%, anything below 30%, I'm not concerned. Anything below 30% and below is like scattered showers at best. And if that does happen, it's nothing that's going to really cause that much of a challenge for the drivers, as majority of the track will be dry. There won't be enough rain to really kind of cause any detrimental effect. So 30% below, I think we're pretty good. I don't even think that was worth them reporting to us. So, but we'll see what happens. Right now, we will see that Gasly is leading right now. We also know that several cars still not out on track. These cars getting out on track, Stroll and Alonso. And as I did say, Alonso will not stay there long. Alonso is in the top 5 at this point in time. We will see if he stays there. Definitely some challenges as of this back half of the season with the Aston Martin, all season for Stroll, as a matter of fact. So we really can say the back half for Alonso. all this season, Stroll has struggled to do what needs to be done in the AMR 23. So I'm very not confident in him going into 2024. And evidently he will have that seat because there's a Nepo baby seat. Magnussen popping to the top, which, talking about Haas as they are right there, Magnussen not really performing to what maybe the expectations of Haas. I thought even that he would do a bit better. Hulk seems to be outdoing him, although there are some numbers there that people will say, well, he's done this, but he hasn't done much of that. Gasly, matter of fact, there was a cart at the track today that had an Alpine livery on it. It was a little man's car. It had an Alpine livery on it. It was so fun. I took a picture. I will post it in the member section for you all to see that. That was cool. It was cool to see that. So we'll see what happens here. I did for a moment while we were on a small break see that Hamilton and Russell were at the top of the boards at one point in time. And then by the time I came back to the truck from checking air pressure and taking out the spark plug and going through inspection, they were not there. So I'm looking to see what Mercedes is going to do today. And I think a lot of us are looking to see what are they going to do to see if the pace and the performance based off their last updates is really going to give us kind of the same situation as in Texas, although we know Max Verstappen nursing a brake situation, which I didn't see those parts replaced, but hey, brake situation was being nursed apparently. Also running a higher rake, but Red Bull typically ran a higher rake anyway. So we want to see what really happens there with Mercedes. But based off what I saw from the FP3 results, as I look up right here, Russell was 4th, Hamilton was 10th. That's something that that's not uncommon for us to see, that Russell and Hamilton go in very offset to the qualifying, but then more likely than not, Hamilton does better, if not in qualifying, definitely in the race. Especially this season, he has completely outperformed Russell, and it is very odd that I don't hear or see these same people running their mouth this season. So that's something that I'm also been looking for that I don't see. Also, let's take a look at these trap speeds. Trap speeds right now, as they sit, K-Mag is leading in Sector 1 with 317 kilometers an hour. Mag also in Sector 2, 294 kilometers an hour. Mag also at the finish line with 254. And Perez in the speed trap at 347. What's up, Will? I am in the house. Will I am. Insure Frame says he is going for the 3. You are the only person right now with 3 back-to-back on top of that, if anything. But can Will get 4 quality kickback trivias on his belt? Or will Insured Frames get 3? Or will Galacticus, Wildcat, Spider 35, Mary Beanie, will somebody come out of nowhere, Freak Dogs Flair, and just decide that they want to take the quality kickback trivia and get that cash, get that money? Right now, Insured Frames has collected $75. Will has collected the most money out of anybody for quality kickback trivia. So big shout out to Will for that. And we're looking at Perez is at the top. Best lap, best time overall, laying down purple sectors. You know how we do it with the purple sectors merch. Get your purple sectors merch hat. You know, living the best life one sector at a time. Sonoda at number 2, the only driver really giving AlphaTauri any breath of life. Russell at number 3, Mr. I Think It's Raining. Alonso, which Salty Balls is what his nickname is, as per Mary Beanie. K-Mag sinking down, Gasly sinking down, Stroll doing what he does, and the Papaya Brothers at 9 and 10, who is at risk right now currently of not making it, and it would be, Logan Sargent, not uncommon there. The Ferrari boys, disappointing, but also not too uncommon. And Hulk and Ocon sitting right there, but Ocon, I think, is going to be one of those free passes. He's going to be one of those drivers that's going to grant somebody to get into Q2 because he's going to occupy that last seat right there. So somebody will get a gift from Ocon. So when you get back to the paddock or to the garage, whoever that driver is that goes out, that would have gone out in Q1, you need to go thank Ocon for your lucky stars because he's the reason why you made it in. So if you come in 15th, just know Ocon blessed you. Go tell him thank you. You probably really should. Definitely. Grab some of my blueberry. Max Verstappen and Perez at the top. I've been up since 2-something this morning, so excuse me if my enthusiasm is not through the roof, but it will be here. I'm looking for a very good, exciting qualifying session as we usually see Hamilton at number 3 popping up to the board. Sonoda hanging on in the top 5. Botus, what is Botus going to give us? What is River in the Stream Botus butt cheeks going to give us? I want to see if he can surprise us. Albon pulling up, going up to 11. Ferrari boards aren't doing a damn thing worth doing. And that is just, I'm just totally disappointed with them this season. I am. And I know Ferrari fans got to be. I said Ferrari fans have to have some type of emotional coach if they're going to go through that. As you see right there, speed trap, Verstappen. All right, we got in the speed trap. We got new leaders in the speed trap. We got Verstappen in sector 2, Bottas at the finish line, and Verstappen in the speed trap itself. So, yeah, turning up the heat a little bit on that RB19. That's not a surprise either. At this point in time, really nothing's a surprise unless we see Alpine get on the top steps on merit and our Oscar Piastri win this race, which would be totally damn crazy. Lando looking for his first. What? Oh my gosh. I'm going to ask that. False flag. What's up? Respect, bro. What's going on? False flag pulling up in the chat. What's going on? Long time member right there. False flag pulling up. Man, that is an OG right there. What's happening, False flag? Nice to see you around. Matter of fact, I got to ask that question. Oh my goodness. Will there be trouble? I got to ask this. Because this is a decent question. Oof. All right, poll in the chat coming. Vote on it. Don't dance on it. But if you got to, then go ahead. There you go. So, will there be trouble at McLaren if Piastri gets a race win before Lando? What do you all think about that? What do you think about that? That would be crazy if that happens. Crazy. All right, so we got Verstappen at the top. Danny Rick popping up to the top of the boards in the top 3 at number 2. If Danny Rick finally does something at a race, that would be surprising. Because up until right now, Danny Rick has been just like Nick DeVries, done nothing. He's done nothing. And honestly, at this point in time, I honestly do feel like there was no reason to get rid of Nick DeVries at this point in time. Other than the fact that you got rid of Nick DeVries, so Danny Rick came in, Danny Rick got injured, and who knows if that would have happened to Nick DeVries. And then we got an opportunity to see Liam in the seat, which I think a lot of us have wanted to see what would happen if he got in the seat, and he did very well. So I don't know if Nick DeVries is there, if that doesn't happen, if we actually get a chance to see Liam in the seat, but maybe we do. Maybe they decide like, hey, we're going to give Liam an opportunity, Danny Rick, Nick, we're going to move you back to reserve driver. But at this point in time, it looks like AlphaTauri, you should have just let Nick DeVries finish out the season. Danny Rick hasn't done really anything. So unless he starts getting like race wins or a podium or finishing in the top 5, I really think it's a push. You could have just let Nick DeVries finish out his season. I honestly don't agree with that. Sylvia Wick Kelly says, just a quick update. Our channel has been viewed 2,718,774 times. We busting down doors. Sylvia Wick Kelly, how in the hell when you pull that stat? Big shout out to Sylvia Wick Kelly pulling out a nice stat. 2 million, over 2 million views. That is crazy. That's something that I haven't even paid attention to. Sylvia Wick Kelly, thank you for that stat. That is, damn, big shout out to you all. Big shout out to you all. So let's take a look at the board real quick. Verstappen, Danny Rick, Leclerc, finally Ferrari emerge from the depths of elimination in 3 and 7. Okay, not the best for Sainz, but we will see what Charles is able to do with that. Valtteri at number 4 in a top 5 position. That is nice to see. Perez getting pushed down, which is common to see and nobody wants to see here at this race. By the way, if Perez does not win, I'm pretty sure maybe Max gets to his private jet real quick as he's got extra security and gets out of Mexico really, really fast. Yuki still in the top 10. Russell at the cap of 10. Still plenty of room for them if they end up sliding back not to be eliminated. Drivers in risk of not making it with 5 minutes and finna be less on the clock is Stroll, Albon, the Papaya brothers, and Logan Sargent. Being the catfish that he is, Ocon decides that he is not gifting anybody anything and is number 14. So Ocon is not going to gift anybody anything. He is number 14. Logan Sargent is going to be the one to bring Christmas around early and gift somebody in to Q2 as he takes that bottom step, being the pillar of life to somebody. Big shout out to Logan Sargent for always and consistently doing that. You've been there quite a bit, so you must like that job. You must like being the foundation step of not making it, you know, in the Q2. It's just crazy. But Logan Sargent, I do got to give Logan Sargent props. He brought the car home. He didn't wreck it last race. And he even ended up with a charity point. So big shout out to Logan Sargent getting that charity point. I'm pretty sure that Williams don't view that as part of his improvement deal. I think they really know what happened there. But had he not been there, he would not have been able to get it. So there is still some credit to be given to Logan for that. So I don't want to take everything away from him, but you know what's up. All right, so here we go right here, and we are 4 minutes out from the first questions of Quali Kickback Trivia, so get your laptops, phones ready, everything ready. We are about to kick this thing off with the first question coming up as soon as Q1 is over. We see the teams and the drivers that are eliminated. We will start the questioning, and we will see who is going to win this. Will it be will.i.am? Would it be False Flag? Will it be Insured Frames? Could it be Sylvia Witt Kelly, or maybe even Mary Beanie, maybe Spider R35? Maybe we see somebody new come in and get it. You never know who's going to win Quali Kickback Trivia. Right now, Insured Frames is putting a target on his back because he said he's going to get three-peat. He's going for a three-peat. And with will.i.am in the house, I don't think that's going to be something really easy for him to do. But if he does it, he will be tied with Will for having the most Quali Kickback Trivia wins under his belt. And then we will see who breaks that tie. And that itself will be really interesting. So we're going to be seeing that very soon coming up here. So Max Verstappen, nothing really changing there. Cars going back out, trying to make their final lap, trying to push that time up. I'm really trying to see what is going on with McLaren. This is not what I expected from McLaren. I didn't expect them to be where they are right now. Lesh 430 says, much love to all Wolf Pack fam. Much love to you, Lesh. Russell getting pushed down, but of course, got to wait till he throws something out there. Sonoda, listen, I would like to see Danny Rick. If he stays third, Hamilton's on the radio. All right, we're gonna be seeing what he's saying about that. But Danny Rick, if he gets third, I'm gonna give him some credit. Qualified third on the grid. Imagine if Danny Rick goes into this race and is on podium. Holy cow! I mean, it is crowded right there at the end of pit lane. Those cars are gathered up there. That's like kid kart level. They are just gathered and clustered up. So let's see, we got 2 minutes left on this clock. These cars are making the final. There goes Norris finishing out. Let it Norris do. Pia going to number 2. Pia. Why you acting like a Pia? What is Norris going to do? What is Lando going to do? If Lando gets eliminated, oh my goodness, things could get really, really tense at McLaren. Like tense for Lando. Lando was probably going to start putting a lot of pressure on himself because now Lando is really eating crow. He's eating, power slide right there from Lando, catching a little bit too much of that curb, that plank all over the place, the 4th of July, and we are nowhere close to July. But Lando is he's going to feel some pressure. I'm telling you, if that could be something right there. Pia up to number 2 right now. We are just in Q1, though. It is still early. We still got 2 more sections of pushing, and a lot of things could change when that happens. Valtteri in 5, and that itself is like kind of crazy. Perez keeps sinking, and if he keeps doing that, he's going to find his way to elimination if he's not careful. Hamilton at number 7th, Russell 12. If Russell stays there in quali 2, he's going to be out of there. So looking for both Mercedes to step up and make it in there. Not really having much hope or efforts for Alpine itself, and definitely not for Haas. Haas does Haas things, and Haas is very not itself. You know, I saw Haas machines in a video from a content creator that actually was in a different field of content creation. I thought that was cool. And I think Quaif or QA, Q1 or QA suspensions have Haas Innovation machines, mill machines in their shop as well. So I think it's Quaif or it's QA, one of the suspension companies. So it's not Quaif because Quaif does differentials. But Max Verstappen, top of the board, best right there, 118, damn near zero. Okay, 99 we round up, so 118.1 if you want to round it up, but that's pretty good right there. Pia 2/10 off that time, not bad, especially being in that McLaren that has been improving on this back half of the season. I think consistently still improving. Want to see what he's going to do when he comes out in Q2. And right now we are looking to see a checkered flag drop. Some of these cars still, we got a yellow flag situation going on right now in Sector 1. We got a yellow flag in Sector 4. So we're going to see if that is it. FI Stewards incident involving 63 Russell will be investigated after the session. And car 14, which is Alonso, after the session for impeding. So Russell and Alonso looking at being investigated for impeding right there. So we're going to see what the stewards end up doing with that and what will come of that. So let's stay tuned, keep our ear to the tarmac on that, or keep our ear to the asphalt on that and see what happens. Verstappen right there, no risk of not making it. Looks like Ocon, K-Max, Stroll, of course, Stroll, and Logan Sargent, and Lando out of there. Lando Norris is out of there. Oh, man, look at, Alonso has not had the best time at Mexico right now. Do you all realize that? He spun in free practice. He spun in Q1. But at least he had a good enough time that he's going to make it. But that is not good right there. And it looks like it's some crazy things going on what is going on right now in pit lane. It is crazy. They are just backed up and stacked up right there. Russell's tripping for that. Russell is tripping for that. That was a pileup with him just probably trying to sit there and get space. That was a pileup. Yeah, Russell's tripping. So listen, all right, it is time to see who is going to be Quali Kickback Trivia winner of the day. We're about to start our first questions. They're pushing cars in the garage. We're about to push our first question and see who will be the one. Now, remember, you have to answer with the super chat. I am only looking right now. YouTube has put a filter up to where we only see the super chat, so I won't have to worry about a bunch of other stuff going on. So you have to answer with a super chat. You want to be first, so be very quick on trying to get your answer. The first question of Quali Kickback Trivia is, and we're going to start off with an easy peasy. Most of these are probably easy for you all knowledgeable F1 fans. Which F1 constructor is based in Enstone, England, and has won 2 constructor championships in 2005 and 2006? That's a dead giveaway, okay? So that's a dead giveaway as far as the answer. I gave you the years they won the championships in and the location of where they're based out of. That's an easy question. We're starting off real easy. So I don't know if anybody wants to jump in and get an easy-ass answer so you can get a point and probably win $50 or $25 Visa gift card, because not only are the holidays coming up, I don't know if you got an anniversary or birthday coming up, but Visa gift cards spend anywhere in the world, okay? Anywhere in the world, and I'm shipping them to you. It is Renault. Oh my gosh. Insure Frame says, I'm popping this thing off. You think I'm playing? I'm coming to win this money. Insure Frames, first question out of the gate, and he is correct. It is Renault. It is not. Ooh, that would have been a very, very controversial answer right there. As when they won in 2005 and 26, it was Renault, not Alpine, but that would have been very controversial right there had you came with that answer first, Will.i.am. But Renault is the exact correct answer. Xtrax 38 got it right. Galacticus came in with McLaren. That is indeed wrong. So right now we have 4 people racing to see who's going to get 3 answers right first. And with that being answered as fast as it was, we have time to ask another question. As you see, I'm going to show you there is no time on the clock. Nobody is out yet. We're not missing any action. So the next question coming up is, what current teams are running Mercedes power units right now? What current teams are running Mercedes power units? List them up. Let me see them. You got to list them all. What current Formula One teams on the grid active right now in 2023 are running Mercedes power units? Let's go. Who's going to get this answer? I want to see who's going to get this shit, because this is a multi-answer question. Like, you have to get all of them. If you're missing one, you're not getting that right. If you're missing one of these teams, you're not getting it right. So who is going to get this correct? Who is going to get this correct? I'm even okay if you tell me I'm wrong, and you can prove that I'm wrong with the answer. I'm okay with that, but I think I got them all listed right here. So Insured Frame says McLaren, Williams, and Mercedes Aston. That is correct. No, are you saying, is he saying Mercedes Aston and Mercedes Aston? Are you saying Mercedes Aston Martin? Or are you saying that's Mercedes? So you got it. So Galactic is almost in there. McLaren, Mercedes, Aston Martin, and Williams. Jack Steffen steps into the party. McLaren, Williams, Mercedes, Aston Martin. Will I Am steps in. Will is usually faster than this. McLaren, Williams, Mercedes, Aston Martin is correct, but Insured Frames is the first out of the gate to get that one as well. You all are going to let him clean sweep this thing. The only person to get in his way last time was Will, and he got in there for a short answer. But Insured Frames is up 2 points. If somebody's as fast as him, you can get these questions and steal them from him. Right now, we got 15 minutes on the clock. We are officially in Q2. Quality Kickback Trivia is going to have to wait. Get your stuff together, players, because if you don't, Insured Frames is going to clean sweep this here Quality Kickback Trivia. Those were all good answers that came in. Right there, Galacticus was on. Everybody got the right answer. You were just a tad too slow. Tad too slow. So right now, we're going to wait for Q2 to Q3. In between there, we will finish this off because you all are really kind of firing it off. So I don't think this is going to get past probably 5 questions asked. 6. Somebody's going to come in and like bust this up. Somebody will come in and buzz it. And I'm giving it 6 to give somebody enough room to probably go clean 3 questions and get them back to back. But Insured Frames right now is on a rail right now. 2 questions answered, 2 points in his pocket, waiting to see if somebody's going to split that up. And right now, we do have 15 minutes on the clock, but nobody's out driving it. We got 15 minutes on the clock, so I think we got time for another question. So let's go ahead and get this other question in here before these cars get crazy. Okay, here we go. Nope, too late. Perez is out there, 130 kilometers an hour. He's doing something, so we're going to have to wait. We're going to hold it off, taper it off between Q2, Q3. We're going to finish and start back up. Quality Kickback Trivia. Right now, Verstappen, Perez on track, leading up top. Drivers currently at risk of not making it if they stay where they are for the remainder of Q2 will be Sonoda, Russell, Gasly, Hulk, and Zhou. Just saw Logan Sargent walking by as he usually does. Hopefully this time he doesn't cross over pit lane while cars are actively driving through pit lane. But it doesn't matter because he won't get a fine because he's not Lewis Hamilton. You only get fined like that if you lose Hamilton. Max walks in the middle of the track, no fine. Logan crosses the track plus the pit lane, which was active and a car drove right by him, no fine. So, you got to be Lewis Hamilton to get fined. If you're not Lewis Hamilton, you just might get away with it. Okay, Red Bull, the only team right now out there on track getting some free clean air, less traffic. If Max Verstappen nails like a 117, he's probably going to go into the garage and not even come back out until Q3. Like if he nails a 117, I don't even know if he's going to stay out there on track. He's done that before. Big shout out, big kudos to him. Both Perez and Verstappen some purple segments, but Perez has a complete purple sector. Let's see what's going to happen here. Let's see what Perez is going to do. Is Logan Sargent going right by Alonso? That would have been crazy had Logan lost that and then ran into Alonso right down track. That would have been horrible because Alonso was front facing him. So that definitely would have been bad. There goes Lewis Hamilton coming down track. I think he is also passing Alonso, but did Alonso pull out in front of Lewis? Is that what we're about to look into? No, it doesn't look like it. This is a replay, so maybe it's possible. It looked like Alonso might have came back out on track. Okay, but track is clear right now. Verstappen's still up there. Alonso, where's Alonso? Alonso. Boom, Alonso is 5. He's probably going to move up from there. Hamilton is 4th. So we're going to see if Alonso and Hamilton can kind of... Danny Rick is going to be... I'm really not really ready to buy the fool's gold in Danny Rick at number 3. To me right now, it just seems like fool's gold. I don't know if he's going to be able to maintain that pace into Q2, because we all know these drivers and these cars are going to be turned up more dialed in Q2. I'm not too trustworthy in AlphaTauri, nor am I trustworthy in Danny Rick, but we will have to see. Maybe this is Danny Rick's emergence time. Maybe this is where he's going to, I like that double apex in Mexico as well. That's also one of my favorite portions of that track, that double apex corner. But Pia doesn't have to worry about Lando. Lando's gone. I want to see if Pia is going to get top 3. If Pia gets top 3 with both Red Bulls, oh, Perez! Oh, it's not going to last long. Max Verstappen is definitely pulling out a good amount of purple sectors, and he's definitely going to go to the top. And yes, he does. He goes to the top. Well, it lasted while it could last. Listen, if Perez wins this race, I am going to be able to wear my prop that I had bought when I thought he was going to kind of take the lead in the Drivers' Championship. But I'll take a race win, Perez. If you get a race win, I will be very pleased and not salty for the entire season. Russell going over to number 3 and go join in that. We will see if Russell could do that, but I don't think P is going to let that go too lightly. I think Piastri is going to go ahead and step up. Hamilton says, I don't need to wait for Pia. I'm going to step into the number 3 spot. Hamilton going to number 3. Danny Rick, what the fuck? What is going on? What is going on? Danny Rick again saying he wants to be in the 3rd spot. What is happening? What have they done to Danny Rick? Danny Rick needs to be piss tested. Danny Rick needs a piss test. If Danny Rick lands the number 3 spot, AlphaTauri joining his Red Bull brothers and Crybaby and Max Verstappen, Danny Rick should be tested. He should be tested for PEDs. Pia says, no, it is not over. I am the new rookie. I am the best rookie, and I want a race win. If not, I want another podium because I like the podium lifestyle. I like podium life. I like podium steak, and I want to get another podium. Pia pulling up. My rookie. That's my dog. That's my dog. Hamilton, number 5. Danny Rick pushed down to number 4. Alonso, number 6. Oh, Hulk will probably turn back into a pumpkin in Q2 and get a... Russell said, I know you don't like me. I know I got all the none good things to say. I know I think it's raining and it's really not. And I know I could be dramatic, but I really want to win a race. Hamilton pulling on up to his bumper, though. Hamilton pulled up to the bumper. Both Mercedes drivers. Daddy, holy shit. What is going on? Danny Rick up to number 2. Holy cow. And that is not a Red Bull pun. Holy cow. Danny Rick, what have you done? This is not Danny Rick. This is Stig. This is Stig from Top Gear. This is not Danny Rick driving this car. It can't be. It cannot be Danny Rick. I refuse to believe Danny Rick is doing this. Oh, it looks like maybe he needs to break his hand every season, and maybe this is what we see. Pia, my rookie. That's my dog. Up to number 2. Let's go, baby. Let's get it. Pia, show him what's up. Show them what's up. Pia said, this is my team, Lando. You're going to be wearing the green T-Cam next season. Let's go. Pia showing them what the deal is, bro. And sisters out there, let's get it. Ferrari doing Ferrari things right now. Both Mercedes drivers, 5 and 6, Perez not doing what he needs to do in order to be at his home GP and give the crowd the show they want to see. Perez, pull up your boots and start marching, bro. Get up there to the top, please. Do something that looks like something, damn it. By the way, I have not eaten, I'm not going to lie. I ate a little bag of Cheez-Its. I am hungry. No food in my system, really, and just a bunch of these. So, yeah, excuse me if I keep drinking on Body Armor. Oh my goodness. Inshore Frame says, Danny Rick, what is he cooking? Inshore Frames, I don't know what he cooking, bro, but he cooking something. Let's look at these sectors. Leclerc fastest 318 kilometers an hour. Sainz in sector 2, 297. Bottas, Ferrari cars are fast right now, and Danny Rick in the speed trap with 352 kilometers an hour. Oh my goodness. Let's go. This is qualifying by far. Galactica says Danny Rick is a robot. Danny Rick is a robot. I don't believe it. I'm telling you, I don't believe it either, Galactus. I don't know what's going on. This is crazy. There maybe be some there might be some Sicario Salado type things going on, some trickery going on down there in Mexico. Maybe Danny Rick made a visit somewhere, got some wishes made. Maybe that's what he did. Pia number 2, Danny Rick in number 3. Pia, listen, Piastri's not letting this shit go lightly. He's not letting it go. Piastri's trying to show y'all he wants this. He lives for this. Man, hey, Lando cannot start from 19, and I don't think he makes it up to the top 5 from 19. I don't know. It's possible. That McLaren is fast, but Pia really wants it. I'm just gonna say, Piastri also. Well, Piastri, I'm finna tell you right now, you better not let Max do to you what he did to Charles, do to you what he did to you before. If Max tries to bully you, bro, you better stand your ground. Stand your ground. Force him to see if he really wants to wreck out. Max does not really want to wreck out. And if he does, it's because he's so used to y'all giving, he thinks you're going to give anyway. Stand your ground. Let Max Verstappen know that you are the rookie that is not going to take any bullshit from a Red Bull driver. Let him know, bro. Let him know what's up. Ooh, 6 minutes left. Drivers all in the pit. They are in the pit right now, getting dialed up, getting tire blankets on, getting ready to go back out here and see what they can really push it up to. Danny Rick, I'm wondering what AlphaTauri is doing to this car. Yuki is in 15. This just must be a track for Danny Rick. I know typically he got the Monza, Zach got the tattoo, but maybe Danny Rick is feeling this Mexico GP. Maybe he's feeling being there, not in South America, Helmut Marko. Maybe Danny Rick is getting his vibes back. Maybe he said, I'm out the tracker. I'm out the straw hat. I'm not doing any more little show appeals and all this little driving festive shit. I'm here to be a Formula One driver. And with that, I'm going to show you what you missed, McLaren, what you're going to miss, Alpine, and Red Bull, what you missed the first time when you thought Max was your golden boy. I was the treasure all this time. I went wrong, but I'm going right now. Danny Rick might be top 3 by the end of this qualifying Q3 session. We shall see. He's doing pretty good right now. He's doing pretty damn good right now. Albon, the only driver right now representing for Williams. Going on, he might get eliminated right now, though. Q2 might be as far as he goes, but he went farther than Logan Sargent, and he's been doing that. Yuki could indeed be eliminated, which will say something. But I'm trying to tell you, Piastri giving us a show right now. I'm looking for Mercedes to keep stepping up. Sylvia Wick Kelly says, I wonder if Danny Rick ass is on fire like Alonso. It might be. It might be. He might be racing to try to get up out of that car. He might be on the hot seat because his ass might be on fire. He might be fired for real. That's what might be happening. I'm trying to see where she want to go get something to eat. Well, I'm trying to tell you why these cars getting ready to go back out here on track. I'm trying to tell you right now. Sheesh, because I am hungry. Hungry right now. I'm trying to tell you. We got 4 minutes and 20 seconds right now on the clock. 4 minutes and 20 seconds as we are in Mexico qualifying Q2, getting ready to go to Q3, where I tell you all the chips will be pushed to the center of the table and these drivers will be doing what they want to do. Hey, I want you to think about where you want to go to eat. Okay, because I am hungry as fuck. All right. Love you. All right, so let's see what's going to be going on right here. Let's get it popping. That's how hungry I am. Honey buns ain't going to do it. I got a honey bun right there, and I'm not enticed by it right now. I want some real food, like spinach artichoke dip with some pita bread, maybe a filet mignon with a little bit of sweet potato, maybe a filet mignon and some fries. Maybe I do that. Maybe I just risk it. Maybe I play a little risky today and deal with it later on tonight. But I'm hungry, and I'm going to get me something to eat. I'm trying to tell you right now. And I ain't waiting in nobody's line for 30, 45 damn minutes. Whoever got the shortest line, I don't care if it's hibachi. I might go do hibachi. Maybe I want to see them cook up some shit on the grill and see flames and fire and them do the little tricks in the choo-choo train. Maybe I want some sushi. Sushi sounds good. Sushi sounds good to me. Sound good to me. Sushi, and then after that, get a little snack. I'm living my best life. Some purple grapes. What you know about that? All right, well, we back in. 3 minutes left. We're getting ready to see who's qualified. Enough of me talking about food. About to see who's going to get qualified, get disqualified, actually. Somebody actually got disqualified today, honestly. I hate it when that happens, especially when you're cheating. They know the weight is 265. People running 250. 15 pounds off the minimum weight there, buddy. So, you know, you got to raise it up. So I hate when people get disqualified. Not only does it sit bad for the organization as far as like looking at that person, but it does not a good example for the other drivers. And I don't blame the kids, because the kids aren't doing it. The kids aren't all there working on their own cart, putting this stuff on. So, you know, it's unfortunate for them because they have to go home and, you know, they got to look at the other fellow kid drivers in the face and kind of like, hey, you know, but, you know, it is what it is and it does happen. So, Galacticus, when was it legal to go 2x2 out of Galacticus? I don't know. I don't know when that was legal. I have no clue. You know, it seems that a lot of things these days are just under the rug. Just, it's okay. Was it 44? Oh, let it slide this time. Was it Lewis Hamilton? Oh, okay. We could be a little lenient. I don't know. I don't know, man. I still got my damn wristband on. All right, so right now, Verstappen, Pio, Danny, Rick, and Perez. It is a Red Bull reunion party in the top 5 area. Red Bull cars, 3 out of 4 Red Bull cars in the top 5. That is pretty clustered. There are 2's a party, 3's a crowd, where there's a crowd there, and that crowd is going to be split. And Pia is the only lone star, the last Mohican standing for McLaren, to see if he's going to land one of those 3 spots in front of the grid so we can see an awesome race tomorrow. Also, we will be here for finale lap for the race live highlights. And, you know, if I'm going to talk my ish, you know, that's what I do. Ferrari right now running it down. Incident car 2, Logan Sargent and 22, Yuki Tsunoda will be investigated after the session, overtaking under yellow flag conditions. So Logan Sargent looking like he may indeed face additional reprimands or penalties. We will see. Also Yuki. So Yuki, you need to do as good as you can do right now and get as best position you can, because if you get a grid penalty, they're going to slide you back. If you slide back from there, Yuki's not going to have a very good race. All right, but you never know what could happen. Man, Danny Rick's flying. Maybe Yuki can do it in the race, but let's see what Danny Rick's going to do. Right now, Danny Rick is the star right now. Leclerc finally joining the top 3. Welcome to the party of Danny Rick. Where are you getting this? Where are you getting this, sir? Check your pockets. Let me get a metal. Give me a metal detector over here. I need to know if Danny Rick is a cyborg. I need to know if Danny Rick belongs. Oh, Russell saying, I want to put a Merc in the party. Where's Hamilton going to be? Where's Lewis Hamilton going to be? Let's see what's going to happen. Let's see what's going to happen. Come on. Let's see. Hamilton, bring it on up. We got 1 purple sector in sector 2. What can he do in this final sector 3? Will he bring it up, or will he fall short, leaving Danny Rick to occupy that third? Oh! 117.5. Lewis Hamilton. Let's go. What are you talking about? Talk to me nice. Purple sectors, baby. 117.5. We might be popping champagne bottles tomorrow. Lewis Hamilton brings it up for real. Turn up the volume. Turn up the volume. Oh, my goodness. Max Verstappen is in between a Mercedes shit sandwich, baby. And I don't know if it's tuna fish. I don't know if it's PB&J. I don't know if it's bologna. Maybe it's a Spam fry sandwich. But whatever it is, Max Verstappen does not want to be there. He does not want to be there because Russell is a piranha waiting to strike. And I want to see what Russell does with Max Verstappen within that range. I want to see a battle, a fight for that #1 spot, unlike Lando, who is just a doorman. We got some fireworks, baby. Let's go. Time is out. Q2. That was some, oh my goodness. Woo, but don't hold your horses. Dance, dance, dance. Them bands will make you dance. Hold your horses, though. Hold your horses. We still got Q3. And we all know Max Verstappen and Q3 are like 2 peas in a pod. And what usually happens is he lays down a hot lap. So if Lewis lays down a 117, Max is just a 10th off. He's just a 10th off. It's not enough. Max Verstappen likely will come back, but enjoy it while it lasts. And we are about to get these questions on Insured Frames up 2 points. Okay, who's going to get on the board to steal some of these points and get some money. $50 or $25 Visa gift card is what you stand to win. Here is the next question of quality kickback trivia. Your drivers that are eliminated are Joe from Alfa Romeo, Gasly from Alpine, Hulk from Haas, the non-American team, Alonso at Aston Martin, and Yuki is out of there from AlphaTauri, while Danny Rick is in number 4. That is odd. All right, here we go. Here's the question. Get your laptops, phones, beepers, pagers, two-ways, all of that stuff together. Any digital thing that you need. Books, your almanacs. Okay, here we go. The Tyrrell P34 F1 car that raced in 1976 but was famous for what? Okay, what was this car famous for? The P34 F1 car that was raced in 1976 was famous for what? There was something about this car that definitely probably wasn't the best thing to do, but it was a very odd and amusing thing to see. What was this car famous for? The Tyrrell P34 Formula One car raced in 1976 was famous for what? Oh my gosh! People, a 3P! Insurance Frame just went on a clean sweep. 3P. It was famous for 6 wheels. Big shout out. Insured Frames. Where is Baraka? Where is Will? Where are some of these high contenders? Insured Frames just did a clean sweep. He has a 3P tied with Will. Y'all better get on y'all shit. Y'all better pick it up. Insured Frames said, I am coming to play. Do you realize there are only 3 more races for quality kickback trivia? Insured Frames, could he be a person that is going to go on a 6P in the season with the most quality kickback trivias under his belt? Big shout out, Insured Frames. You will be spending, or I will be spending for you to get either a $50 or $25 gift card tomorrow during Finale Lap. Insured Frames. Let me make the note right here. Get my sticky note right here. Insured Frames. All right, Insured Frames, I got you right here. Everything is all good. I'm going to put you right here on the keyboard so I do not forget. And I'm even going to put a little highlighter action on there so I don't forget that we will be spending for you 25 or 50 bucks Visa cash money. Visa cash money. Visa spends everywhere, people. Spends everywhere. All right. Damn. Congratulations, Insured Frames, for that. Insured Frames, you got the juice. Congrats, family. You ain't lying. You are not lying, Galacticus. You've been saying it. Insured Frames got the juice. He ready. He is indeed ready. This is crazy. So right now, no time on the clock. We are waiting Q3 to see what is going to happen. We just had a very astounding, crazy. I'm going to end that poll. 66% of you all said yes, done for the polls. But Lewis Hamilton to the top of the charts, a 10th faster, just over a 10th faster of Max Verstappen. Russell in 3rd, Danny Rick in 4 is just crazy regardless if he ends there. But he's been seen to peep 2 and 3. Pia cannot be counted out in that McLaren, as they have shown that they are fast. These updates are upgrades, and they are ready to compete. Ferrari, not too concerned about. Valtteri, you've done as good as you've done right there. I don't expect any more from you. And Perez, what I am seeing at your home, Mexico GP is fucking criminal, bro. 8th. By the way, pink shirt represent for breast cancer. You also see the breast cancer ribbon right there. Unfortunately, this month, a lot of things have gone on. I lost my cousin to cancer, actually, the night before I flew out to Dakota, so happened to mentally maintain that. So big shout out to everybody who is fighting cancer. Much condolences and love, as I've always given to people who have lost loved ones from cancer. It is crazy. My cousin was only 31 years old, just as fit as I was, just as involved in more motorcycles, Ducatis, BMWs, very lively in life, decorated Marine. So it is very It's crazy, really, honestly. It's crazy. It's crazy when you think about it. It's just crazy. So big shout out to y'all. Big shout out to y'all. Condolences to everybody. So yeah. Let's move on. Let's move on. Big shout out. 12 minutes on the clock. 12 minutes on the clock. We are in Q3. Hamilton is up to 1. Big shout out. Thank you very much, Blue Diva. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Maria Duncan, thank you very much. Grace, big shout out. So yeah, we are in Q3. We got 12 minutes on this clock. 10 drivers battling it out for the number 3 spots. Perez is first out the pit, so he's first to the top. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's get this going. Let's get this popping. Let's get this popping. Big shout out. Thank you. Thank you, everybody, sending out blessings and condolences in the chat. Ooh, let's go. All right. So right now, what you see is a mirage, just everything and everybody kind of popping out of here. And once again, big shout out and much love to everybody. Condolences and wishes in the chat. Sylvia Witt Kelly says, my big sis is fighting now. She raised me. She's my inspiration. And it's crazy. Sylvia Witt Kelly, you gotta spend that time and that love with those people for real, because, you know, I feel real shitty, you know, but it's hard in life. You know, when you working and you grinding and you building, you think you got all the time in the world, but you really don't. You really don't have all the time in the world. And, you know, think you're going to be able to do something when you get back and you get that call before you head out. So, yeah, it's crazy. So I don't wish that on anybody. My grandmother is a breast cancer survivor. So also this month marks the anniversary of my sister's murder. Actually, 2 days before my cousin passed is the anniversary of my sister's murder. And that's why I'm big on domestic violence. So, you know, it's just the month of October is becoming a very, like, not that great of a month for me. So it is what it is, though. Life goes on. So just love people, hug people, listen to people, and always know things can be worse. As bad as it is, it could always be worse. And I have to remind myself of that every morning. Every morning I get up, I have to remind myself of that, because I go through something every morning, but it always could be worse. So remember that. Galactic, it's time for Merc to drive on fumes and get P1, P2. Let's see what's going to happen, Galactic. I'm with you, bro. I'm with you. All right, right now, Verstappen is at the top. Danny Rick sliding again to the number 2 position. Valtteri saying that I want to be recognized. I want to be noticed. I want people to understand, although I'm in a damn Alfa Romeo that is a slow bucket, I am the driver that still can do and be the best teammate for Lewis Hamilton. And many of you do think this. Many of you think that Mercedes would be in a better spot had they kept Valtteri, although it is something to be said that the future of Mercedes may not have been so, you know, robust. You know, I know we don't know Russell's giving some trouble, but they got to think future. And if you're going to keep Valtteri or Lewis, you already know what the decision is going to be. Danny Rick, number 2. Pia, number 3. Let's see what is going to happen. Right now, let's take a gander at some good old speed times right here, as we see down below on that screen. Perez, finally Perez. Hamilton to number 2, Perez to number 1. Thank you, Perez. Please give me a reason to celebrate tomorrow, other than Mercedes winning and being on podium. Perez, if he wins a race, I'm going to celebrate as well. Verstappen back to the top, 117.2. 117.2, definitely showing up with that RB19. There might be some catching up on development. Ferrari power unit cars are the fastest in Sector 1, Sector 2, and finish line, but Danny Rick still has the faster speed trap time. Oh, my goodness. And Danny Rick at number 2 again. He won't go away. Danny Rick is not going away. He says, I'm here to stay. Sainz. Oh, my gosh. Carlos saying, I'm going to be that Ferrari number 1 driver going to the top of the charts right there. Oh, my gosh. Leclerc says, no, it's me. 117.1. This is getting exciting, as it has been majority of the season. Qualifying has been the session, has been the event to bring us the most excitement of all the events. This is getting spicy, baby. Yes, maybe I want some Mexican food. Maybe I do that. Mexican GP, maybe I go get some Mexican food. Maybe I do that. Quesadillas, chicken and cheese. Can't go wrong with that, please. Queso dip and chips. How you liking me with that? Yeah, you can tell I'm hungry. I really am. I'm starving, but I'm here for you all. I'm here for the smoke. Here for the smoke. Ferrari cars 1 and 2, Max Verstappen in 3rd, Russell and Hamilton 5 and 6, and Danny Rick sitting in 4th position. Even that is an accomplishment given what he's done this season, which isn't much of shit. So big shout out. Congratulations to Danny Rick. Giving credit when credit is due. I might be harsh. Don't worry about how I say it. Just worry about what I'm saying, Danny Rick. Congratulations, buddy. Q3. What are they going to do? What are they going to do to turn it up? They got to turn it up another notch. You got to make something else happen. Verstappen behind 2 Ferraris. I don't know in race pace what they can actually do. I don't really trust Ferrari in front of Max to really do much. I'm just going to keep it real. I don't trust Ferrari to do much with that position as we've seen with some of their race pace. Time for Merck to drive the fumes and get P1 and P2. I just wanted to make sure I didn't miss a super chat. So I would more trust if it was like Hamilton and Piastri, or Russell and Hamilton, or even Russell and Piastri. But Leclerc and Sainz, you know, I just don't have much confidence in Ferrari in 1 and 2 to be able to do something with Max if he comes up to really challenge him. Galactic says pole maybe 116.9 or better. They are cooking. Galacticus, they are cooking. They are indeed cooking, bro. We could probably see a 116.9, and if somebody's going to do it, I just got to be honest. I got to put my money on Max Verstappen if it's going to happen. But if Lewis breaks that, oh my gosh. But he's 6/10 off. I don't know. Verstappen's only 2/10 off, 2-3 off from getting into 116s. 6/10 off is a lot to make happen to get into 116. So right now, Leclerc could get there. Sainz could get there. Verstappen could get there. Danny Rick, I think we've seen the most that we're going to see from Danny Rick today. I think right there, top 5 is an awesome place for him to be coming into this GP. Even to finally snatch, some points. If he lands there, he could end up with a bulk of points, outpointing Yuki in just that race alone. So let's see what Danny Rick's able to do going into tomorrow's GP. That could be very interesting. So looking forward to that as well. So this Q3 session right here, these last 5 minutes could yield a movie. This could be a movie. This could be an action flick. Right now, cameras are on Perez. He's in the cockpit, looking at settings, looking at steering wheel. Got a piece of paper in his hand, trying to see what he's doing. He's studying. I don't know. Maybe he's studying for a test. Maybe Perez has a test, and he wants to get all the answers right. And the test right now is pole position, Perez. That's your test. Get pole position. You're 7th right now, bro. 7th. We're excited, and you're not really in it. You're 7th. You were 8th. I cannot believe that Perez is. I'm not ready to say Perez is that bad of a driver. I'm still going to stick with Red Bull. You're screwing Perez. You're screwing him. That's what's going on. I'm not going to give up on Perez yet. Oh, green light pit exit is open. These cars are about to roll back out. We got Joe right now on track, and congratulations to Alfa Romeo Elise making the top 10 to be out there. If Danny doesn't get any points Sunday, he was a bot. Yo, Galacticus, that is real shit. Imagine a race where we go into it and Danny Rick is let's just say Danny Rick makes top 5. Let's say he's 5th on the grid tomorrow. And Yuki still gets, let's say Yuki gets a penalty and gets a grid place penalty. If Yuki finishes in front of Danny Rick tomorrow, should he not be fired right away? Liam Lawson, please come back and drive for us. Should he not be fired? Matter of fact, I got to poll that. I've got to poll that. I've got to poll that in the chat. That's something that I got to ask you all. I'm just saying. I gotta ask this. If Danny Rick should he be fired? Back in. This is a very big question, but I gotta ask it. Poll in the chat. Dance on it or vote on it. Either way you want, because this is a very happy time. RB19 at home, coming in early at AlphaTauri. Ooh. Oh, maybe Insure Frames. That could be something, bro. You could be saying something right there. RB19 at home coming in early at AlphaTauri. Maybe that's a very interesting suggestion that I just really didn't think about at this point in time while I'm cracking jokes on Danny Rick. But is this AlphaTauri that we're looking at the hand-me-downs of trickling of the RB19? Maybe, maybe not. Maybe this is just Danny Rick finally getting on his stroll. Maybe this track just agrees with Danny Rick. Maybe this setup just agrees with Danny Rick. Because I would not lose so much confidence in Yuki given what he's done through this season, that if that was the case and these cars have managed to bring some updates that are trickling of the RB19, I don't trust that Yuki would be where he is. I have more trust that Yuki would be higher than that. So I'm not going to shade Yuki like that because of what he's done and what he's brought home to AlphaTauri. He deserves a little bit more, a little bit more consideration. So let's just see what happens. We got a minute 40 seconds. Right now, the Ferrari boys are leading the pack 1 and 2 for the positions. Max Verstappen in P3. Right now, Galactic is saying a 1:16.9 for pole position. If somebody is going to grab it, that's what he thinks he will see. At this point in time, Leclerc is the closest to do something like that, but you cannot count Max in an RB19 out. I would say Perez, but Perez has been just living his life outside of the top 5 for some time other than that peekaboo time he gave us, and we haven't seen much else. And like I said, for Perez to come in here and do what he's doing, it doesn't look right. It's just something doesn't sit right with this Perez situation in this car. This doesn't sit right. Galactica says if the RB19 is at AT, then they just screwed Perez. That's a good one. And yeah, you would have to think that, right? Like if the RB19 is at AT, then you're telling me that Danny Rick just comes out and does this while Perez can't? Yeah. That would have to be something to be considered if that was the case. Very good right there, Galactus. Very good rebuttal. Very good rebuttal. 25 seconds. If somebody's going to do something, they got to do it now. Perez jumps up to 5. Okay, so Perez is up to 5. Where's Piastri going to land? We got a lot of yellow in there. Hamilton's got a little bit more green than Russell does right now. Where are these Mercedes guys going to land? Joe and Bottas, I think they're going to stay where they are. Danny Rick, what's going to happen with him? Nothing has changed right there after finishing out those sectors with Verstappen. Ferrari still holding on to the 1 and the 2. Verstappen in 3rd. Danny Rick still in 4th. Russell and Hamilton 7th and 8th. Russell does not have any purple. Hamilton does have some purple in there. He's got 2 better sectors than Russell does right now. What can he do in sector 3? He's got a lot of yellow. I need some green to be popping in there. Maybe even some purple segments, Hamilton. 19.9 in that final sector right there for Russell. Hamilton, boom, Hamilton jumps to 6, not getting into that 116 territory. Not even Leclerc does his best time over. He falls 0.6 slower than his best time, which nobody right now has gotten. There's a lot of yellow at the top. I don't think anybody's going to do anything with this. I think we're looking at a Ferrari 1 and 2 for the grid, definitely not for the race. I don't think Ferrari finished at a 1 and 2 in the race. Max definitely comes up. The way Danny Rick's racing, he comes up. But Hamilton, you can count him in for at least 2 spots right off the start. So Hamilton into 4th position right off of the start and then fights through. Ferrari, I don't think they're going to be able to keep that race pace like they have. We know Ferrari can be quali kings. We know they can be quali kings. Racing is where they're failing, okay? They're failing that test. I don't trust Ferrari to uphold that 1 and 2 integrity throughout the course of a race. They're going to drop the ball somewhere, or they're just not going to have the race pace. Max is going to go through there. Perez, he should be somewhere in there. Hamilton and Russell definitely work their way, as well as Piastri. I don't think Ferrari finished 1 and 2. If they do, kudos to them. I'm just not buying it. I'm not buying that. If you're trying to sell it to me, I'm not going to buy it. I'll buy Max going through. I'll even buy Perez going through. I'll buy it at a discount. I'll buy Hamilton going through. I'll buy Piastri going through. I buy Russell going through if you give me it tax-free. If you tell me you'll sell that to me, Russell goes through tax-free, I'll buy that. Valtteri and Joe, I ain't buying that at all. I'll put that back on the shelf. I don't want it. Okay, that's just not happening. Ferrari is going to do Ferrari in 2 left feet. That's what they're going to do. You ever seen I'm going to Get You Sucker? The chick in the Ferrari red, black and white suit, get him back to the house, pull the wig off, pull the breast out, pull the butt out, pull the leg off. That's what Ferrari going to do. Come back, baby. Come back 1 and 2. I want you. I want you race win, but they're not going to get it. They're not going to get it. It's not going to happen. It's not I'm going to Get You movie scene all over the place for Ferrari tomorrow in the race. They're going to lose it all. They're going to lose it. And until they don't lose it, I'm going to say they're going to lose it. I don't want them to lose it. I wanted them to do better this season. But that's not what they gave me. So I'm only telling you what they gave me, all right? So listen, that's what we got. Our grid is set for the top 3. Ferrari 1 and 2. Congratulations to Ferrari and Ferrari fans. Congratulations, Red Bull 3. There are some things happening here toward the end of the season. There are some things happening. And things could get really interesting in 2024. There's some things happening. So I'm going to say this. Either Red Bull has stopped developing overall and don't care and they're ready for the RB20, or this platform is maxed out, no pun intended. And if it is maxed out, there are going to be several teams in contention next season earlier than what we've seen. Okay, so listen, I've been up since like 2-something. I haven't eaten anything but some Cheez-Its. I'm hungry. I'm thirsty. And I am ready to go eat. And I am so glad that I made it back here without a speeding ticket and without an accident to be here live with the Wolfpack fam, having a good time, watching qualifying, Insure Frame spinning for a $25 or $50 gift card, 3P. All right, he's 3P'd on y'all. He's 3P. Will, you got to step it up. Jefferson, by the way, we have a, I forgot. Let me write this down too. Let me write that down so I don't forget. Big shout out to Jefferson. My bad. I was midway reading your super chat when I caught an idea. Jefferson says Ferrari's indecision despite having A, B, C, D right. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, actually. Hell. Lesh430 says, why do I feel Ferrari just waste our time with these quality performances? Hope they prove me wrong. I'm telling you, because they quality kings. Right? They quality kings, and that's what they show us. And then they get in the race, Lesh, and they don't do much for us. And you're right. That's what they do. They play with our emotions. That's why I say Ferrari fans need some type of emotional training or like a psychiatrist, because the things that Ferrari does is just criminal to the emotions of their fans. Just like for real. It's like, why? Why does this have to be us? Why do I have to like Ferrari? I mean, because the Ferrari car looks good. Hunters, the Lieutenant, first time doing a super chat. The Lunatic, Hunter Z, the Lunatic, first time doing a super chat. Big shout out to you. Says FIA okay, Leclerc and Sainz, you both get a penalty for being better than me. Damn. That's a good first super chat. Big shout out to you for that super chat. Yeah, they probably, right after this, Ferrari's going to be summoned. Leclerc and Sainz are going to get grid place penalties, and they're going to be starting at the back of the grid. Matter of fact, they're going to start in the parking lot. They're going to end up starting in the parking lot. So they're going to have to get their way through the garage, then to pit lane, and then on track. By then, they're 2 laps down. That's probably what they will do. So yeah, big shout out. Let's go ahead and break on that. We're going to come back here tomorrow. Race highlights. We're going to be watching this race. We're going to see what's happening. I might even, listen, the race, I believe, happens. I might even throw in like a Race Wolves Den little party for like 30 minutes for tomorrow before the race, because I think we got some time. Let me check the schedule. So tomorrow the race starts 1600 my time. So I might even throw in an early Wolves Den for 30 minutes for us just to chop it up and see what we think about what may happen toward the beginning of this race. So Wolves, be ready for that. Members, be ready for that. I may post that, and we may do that for about 30 minutes or so before the race to kind of get you all's feel on what you think's going to happen, okay? Other than that, I am about to be out of here and go get me some grub, and I'm not doing it via Hub because I don't like nobody fucking with my food. So Wolfpack out. Peace and love. I'm out. Peace.